Hello, Nicole Smith here. I am the founder of Build You with Nicole Smith, and I am also one of your leaders in the Fall into Fitness group. And I am getting a lot of concerns about just being in a rut at this point, and people are really asking for suggestions and tips on how to get themselves out of a rut and just get back into the swing of things. First, I want to just start by telling you all this is absolutely normal to be going through these things. This is a forever lifetime journey, and it's going to be constantly something that we have to work at. These things do not always come easy, and you're not always going to be completely motivated to continue all the time with this journey. So the most important thing that we need to keep in mind is that we just never give up. We're going to go through seasons where we are going to, just want to eat whatever we want. We just want to just not have to think about so much about what we're going to eat or what we're going to do or, what workout. And it's just easy to just be like, okay, I'm getting lazy and I just want to the easy way to do it is just eat whatever. And, who cares if I exercise? Everybody needs a break. That's kind of the mentality that we start to take on. So I wanted to share with you all today some of the things that can help you kind of get out of this rut and get back into the swing of things. So, sorry, give me just a second here. Okay, so I wanted to share like a few things with you as far as what you can do and what you can kind of like stop and think about whenever you're trying to get out of this rut that you're in. And once again, we all go through it, so it's completely normal. But one of the things that really helps me stay motivated is just to think about, is it harder to just do it and eat healthier and to exercise, or is it harder to be unhealthy? So that's one of the things I have to kind of stop and ask myself, along with, I've gotten to this point. I have worked so hard to get to where I'm at. Do I want to undo all the hard work that I've done? I have sacrificed, I have worked my freaking butt off to get to where I am. Am I going to just say, this is getting too hard and give up? That's something that you have to ask yourself. And you have to think about your initial reason that brought you into this journey and what got you started and what kept you motivated along the way. Was it a certain event that you were wanting to feel better about, or a certain outfit that you wanted to get in and you got in that outfit? And, how did you feel whenever you accomplished the things that you wanted to accomplish and the goals that you reached? How did that make you feel in that time? So some of the things that we can do is just make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. A lot of times we think that we're hungry and that we're having cravings, but really we just need to drink a cup of water, and that's going to help with that craving. And we're probably not even hungry. We're probably just thirsty and think that we're hungry. So just make sure that you are drinking plenty of water to help with those cravings. The next thing is just be choosy about your nighttime snacks. At night, you don't want to choose something that's like high in carbs, high in sugar, or anything like that. Mindless eating occurs most frequently after dinner when you finally sit down and relax. So snacking in front of the TV is easy to do. So if you tend to snack in front of the TV, try to figure out something else you can do during that time, during your TV time, that's not going to want you focusing on what you're going to snack on. it's easy to grab something and watch TV and eat and eat and eat and not even realize how much you've honestly just eaten. So if you do choose to have a snack during TV time, just portion it out. And when it's done, it's done. Like grab you a glass of water, grab, your portioned out snack, and when it's gone, it's gone. So that is another little tip for you to help you during the nighttime cravings. And then still enjoy foods that you like. It's just the main thing is that you're going to, is moderation. Like if you want a cookie, don't buy a whole box of cookies and bring it home. Get like one cookie from the bakery or whatever and bring it home. Because let's be honest, if it's there, we're going to eat it most of the time. So just, something advice that I could give you all is don't buy the things that tempt you, because when you buy those things, you're going to be tempted, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to give in. So just keep those things out of your house. Make sure that you're eating several mini meals throughout the day, because it's really, you want to keep your blood sugar regulated and your metabolism going. And, you don't want to eat one big breakfast and then not eat anything until dinner again, because your body can only break down so much at one time. And so in order for, the extras not to go into fat cells and, places you don't want it to go. So just make sure that you're eating several. Keep it conscious in your mind to eat several small meals throughout the day instead of eating bigger meals throughout the day, or, 1 or 2 big meals during the day. Personally, I break mine down to usually a breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then 2 or 3 snacks throughout the day. So that puts me eating about every 2 to 3 hours. And then you also want to try to make sure you're eating protein at all of your major meals. Protein is the ultimate fill-me-up food. So it's more satisfying than carbs or fats, and it keeps you feeling full for longer. So make sure that you are eating proteins with your main meals, and it also helps preserve muscle mass and encourages fat burning. So get some healthy proteins into your daily plan, and those proteins will stick to you longer and reduce cravings as well. And like I said, just make sure that you're stocking up with healthy and convenient foods. And that's just, I can't stress enough how important it is to have prepped food on hand. Even if it's like a bag of grapes or a bag of vegetables, a bag of carrots, like, you've got some hummus, something that you can grab. Personally, I cooked up a few baked potatoes, early in this week, and you can just keep them in the refrigerator. And then like this morning, I cut one of those up and sauteed it with a little bit of coconut oil for the boys and put some turkey sausage in there with it. So then for breakfast, it was so quick and easy, because the turkey sausage I could throw that in the microwave for, I think it was 2 minutes in some water. And then because the baked potatoes were already cooked, it only took like less than 5 minutes to fry them up, and just cut it up and mix everything in there together. And then I already had my bag of fruit, and I just separated that onto the 2 boys' plates. So there they had a healthy, fulfilling breakfast, and it was so quick and easy. So that's the main thing, is just making sure that you have food like that available. I had cooked a big meatloaf at the beginning or the end of last week or whatever, and I could just cut some of that out and I put it in my containers, and then I was adding a vegetable with that and a carb and taking that for lunch. Like, it's so easy. And I think sometimes we just tend to honestly want to get lazy, and that's whenever we get in the rut that we're in and we can't get our nutrition back on track. So also just tracking it. It's totally proven that whenever you track your food, you are more conscious of what you're going to eat and how much, because like it can totally get out of hand. You don't even realize how many calories you're actually eating throughout the day until you start tracking it. And so it really keeps you conscious of what you're eating and how much you're eating. So be sure to like track it and just don't get lazy with it. I think that's the main thing, is that we have to get to that point where we are, where we don't get lazy with our journey, and bored. So I feel like we need to mix things up. Make sure you always eat breakfast, because studies show that not eating breakfast can make you hungry later, and then that leads you into a lot of nibbling and binge eating at lunch and dinner. And to lose weight and keep it off, you always make time for a healthy morning meal. And you also want to include fiber in your diet, because fiber aids in digestion, and so that can help you with your weight loss. People who weigh themselves regularly, they tend to have more weight loss success, but most experts suggest weighing yourself only once a week. And the reason for only weighing yourself once a week is because when you see the fluctuation in the scale, then that can be very discouraging to you. So I highly suggest just like trying to stay off the scale, except for like once a week, the same day, the same time of the day that you weigh. And because the scale can get very discouraging to you. And then getting enough sleep. And I think this is a lot of my problem, is that I tend to want to get too much done after the kids go to bed, because that's my time to get stuff done. And so, or for me to wake up extra early before I get them up for school. So that's leaving me a little bit deprived of sleep. And I feel like that is one of the problems with me and my nutrition, is because whenever you're sleep deprived, your body overproduces the appetite stimulating hormone, and it underproduces the hormone leptin, so which it tells you when you're full. So getting enough sleep will make you feel rested and full, and you can keep from doing all that unnecessary snacking. So just make sure you're eating your fruits and vegetables. Being aware of whether you're hungry or you're just thirsty and you need to drink more water. Try chewing some like sugarless gum to help you with your nutrition. So like I said, keep a food diary. I feel that the only times I have been extremely successful with my nutrition is when I've kept a diary. Simple pen and paper. I have this little bitty like notebook thing that I just keep in my lunchbox for work, or in my purse or whatever. And, I write down breads, I get 4 days. So as I eat a protein, I just mark it off my list. That tells me I have 3 more proteins for the day. So a simple pen and paper can dramatically boost your weight loss. And, it will ultimately lead you into eating less calories for the day. So people who keep a food diary usually lose twice as much as someone who doesn't, because they're more aware of what they're eating and they're conscious of their calories. So I hope this kind of helps you to kind of refocus and just think about, what's distracting you? What is getting you off track? Is it that you're getting lazy and not doing the things that you need to do? Or is it, you're bored with what you're doing, and maybe you need to switch up the kind of food that you're eating and kind of mix up your meal plans or your workout. It really takes, it's not anything I can say or do. It's you really digging deep into your heart and your soul and figuring out, why did I start this? How did I feel whenever I reached goals? How did I feel when I was eating clean? How did I feel when I was making progress? How has that changed my life? And how am I a better person now than I was before I started all of this? So those are the things that you need to ask yourself again. And then you need to decide whether you're ready to commit or to continue like being stuck. And that's not for me to say for you, that's for you to decide for yourself. And if you're happy with where you are in your current situation, then that's perfectly fine. Do what makes you happy and do what makes you feel good. That's the most important thing. So, okay, I just wanted to share that with you all. I always want to be able to come back with some feedback whenever you all are asking for help or reaching out. And those of you who are not reaching out and you're sitting in the background and you're wanting to reach out, the only way you're ever going to get answers or get help is if you ask. So I really highly encourage you all. I just want you to utilize this group the best way that you can. I want you to use us. Like, we are your best fitness friends. Like, we are your best friends. Like, when you're struggling, you freaking put it in the group that you're struggling. Just, because we are here to encourage each other. We are here to lift each other up. And I'm sure if you're facing a struggle, somebody else is doing the same. So don't be scared to reach out. Don't be afraid to post a picture. Like, we are here for you. This group is about us freaking hanging in there and like getting shit done, like for real. Because we want to be happy with ourselves. We want to be comfortable and we want to live a healthy lifestyle. We're all here for the same reasons. So sorry I said a curse word, but I got a little excited there for a minute. But okay. All right. Well, I will talk to you all later, and I hope this helped. And you guys are awesome. Peace.